Hello, hi guys. Hi, this is Abhishek. We'll be talking about uh, Selenium WebDriver architecture and how uh, Selenium WebDriver communicates with the browser uh, and tells it what to do. Right. Let's jump onto the diagram of it. So as you know, Selenium supports a lot of languages, right? So it has Java, Python, Ruby, C Sharp also, right? So it has, first of all, it has two parts, right? One is the web driver, and there is a browser driver. And what it does is when you write a code, simple code, say suppose you have this code, correct? Suppose you have this two simple codes, right? Driver.get, the address, and you're trying to what you're trying to do on this line is to maximize the window. That's all. Now the browser doesn't understand this language, right? This English language, the browser doesn't understand. So what it does is the the web driver sends for each and every set of instructions like uh, this get or manage windows maximize or send element or find element, whatever it is, it's just sends an API request to the browser driver through some protocol, that is W3C protocol, correct? Now uh, through W3C protocol, correct? Now the browser driver in turns what it does is understand those API requests and tells the real browser, that is say that it is Chrome or uh, uh, Firefox, Edge, whatever it is, it tells it what to do. Right? So let's understand this by this code, right? So what kind of request is being sent, that I'll tell. Let's run this first. It's done. Let's copy this whole log into a notepad plus plus, correct? So if you go here, the process has started. A ChromeDriver is placed in this cache because we are using a WebDriver manager. WebDriver manager places the ChromeDriver in the cache memory. And then what it does is sends a request, post request, right, to the browser that for the session, to create a session, new session, right? If so, when you run a uh, when you run when you run uh, Selenium code, right? When you get a new instance of WebDriver, it creates a new session, and the whole code uh, gets executed on the same session, correct? Now, for creating the session, what it does is create a payload. See, this is the payload. Now, here we are not giving any capabilities. This is just a demo. We are not giving any capabilities, external capabilities. So this argument is empty array. Extensions are empty, right? So once it is done, it creates a session, right? See, this execute a new session capabilities, Chrome driver and page load. This is the new, it has been executed, right? and once it is done, it create a remote WebDriver session is being created on this localhost. Now uh, you have the next set of instruction, that is get, and that is being executed here. See, get, just get, and this is a session ID that has been created, and with this same session ID every other set of instructions will be executed. So this is the post request for the uh, Google for getting the Google page, right? So this is the request, this is a session, this is the session ID, and we have to pass. This is the path parameter, and we are sending a payload, that is this with URL, and we are passing on the URL, right? And for the next set of instructions, say this one, we are also using the same set of uh, uh, user this session ID, and we are using a path parameter, that is window max slash maximize. And here the payload is blank. I mean, it's a empty uh, payload, empty payload. But the payload actually depends, right? So it depends on uh, what kind of instructions you are going to get. Each and every has a different set of contract, right? API contract. So once it is done, so it returns a status, say 200, which says the post request is a success, correct? And executed maximize window session ID, this state is 6 success, right? Similarly, we'll get here also. You see this executed get request session ID, this state is success. So success, when it receives a response with state as success, it tells you that uh, the instruction that you were trying to execute has got executed. Otherwise, if it's a failed state is failed, then you'll get a exception, right? Whatever it is. So if you're trying to find an element and it can't find, and the response comes as failed, it says that the, you'll get an exception, that element not found exception, correct? So like that. So this is how the WebDriver works behind the scenes in automating the uh, your UI test cases. So basically, everything is API, right? Everything is API, whatever it is. Uh, so you can also what you can do is you can also create, if you choose. So tomorrow, if you choose that I'll not use Selenium, uh, I want to have my own set of framework, right, for automating UI. So what you can do is you can run the Chrome driver uh, in your local server, right? That is like it is running here. Right? Where is it? Polling localhost. This, if you run it, see, let's run it here. It is not there. Let's run it once more. Hmm. It's there, right? Where is it? This one. Open it. Create this 50505071. So I opened it. This is how. Now, create session has been created, right? With ChromeDriver, all these things are there. You get a, I think you'll get a session ID somewhere, right? Once you get a session ID, you have to create a session. You get a session ID, and then you can just create your. Uh, you can call the API. You can post a request, whatever it is, and you can do your own stuff. So you don't have to uh, actually depend on Selenium only to automate. So if you want more interesting contents like this, please subscribe my channel and support. Thanks guys. Bye.